Hey guys, and welcome. It's Lee Westfall, and last time I taught you on Tycoon 2 how to make a lion and how to make a bison and how to make a polar bear exhibit. This time, we're not gonna make exhibits. This time, I'm gonna show you how to manage your zoo and also how to put light fixtures, all kinds of like decoration stuff. There's a certain thing about the zoo that is not well known, at least not when I was younger. And that was the problem was people would make a zoo and make the animals, but they would only have things like lights and stuff that I would see on these things they made. I buy the one that was actually made. So what we want to do is we want to change that whole perspective. We need to actually put it all over the zoo, over here, over there, all over 'em. Donation boxes, anything. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do the donation boxes, and I have all expansions, so I have all the donation boxes I have. So that might be why my zoo has more than yours if you have the game. What you want to do is put a donation box by each exhibits, and by doing this, it'll give the guests an easy way into actually giving donations to their animal. So another thing also is if you do not have a small zoo like mine, I'm doing the one that already pre-built. But the thing is, you had to put the light fixtures and all that stuff in. So if you do not have that stuff, like all the stuff I have, like the fence already up and stuff, I'll show you how to make cages later on in another video. So put this one right here, and that looks like every cage. I might be wrong. Yep, I'm wrong. There's not one here. So then after that, after you've done all that, you want to do something else. You see this thing right here they have. What I usually do is I get at this thing on the buildings, and I choose either some kind of food or a drink stand up here. So we're gonna put water here, and we're gonna put salad here. Then if you want to turn it around, you can put coffee here, and let's see, sub here. Then comes another thing you want to do. You want to put benches for the guests to watch the animals. You want to watch your people in the zoo though are hands in the zoo. There's a reason being because if there's nothing going on, they will sit on these benches and do nothing, and therefore you're paying them for no reason. What you need to do if that happens is you need to not fire them like I thought you had to when you was younger, but you have to give them a job. They sit down and do nothing when there's no job around. And I like to just put as many benches as I can. Oops, no, right there. And it looks like every single animal is now having babies. Great. It's always how it is. I watch the zoo life all the time. I don't know if you guys watch those kind of shows, but they have all kinds of problems. Some of them you don't even see on these games, and they are so happy whenever that happens because the animals in the zoo are endangered, critically endangered, and all that. And I didn't realize until I was older that they're actually rebuilding, and this is why they have zoos. And this is why you have to make it look as good as possible. And that would do it for there. Let's put 2 more over here. Let's see this area right here. There's either 2 things I usually do with it. One, I would put either, I think it's on here. Yeah, it is. Duh. I would put in a staff center, or I put in a compost building. But I would say probably the most a staff center. Crap. And then you want to do something else. There's another one over here that's big. What I usually do is I usually put in a restroom up there. Now, what you want to do is you want the lights. Now, why I chose this kind of thing as forced to do instead of actually making my own zoo is because I wanted to actually show how to actually put the animals in and how to do most of the stuff. Then once I show most of that, then we can go on to building our own zoo. Building the cage and stuff. You don't have to be correct about everything. You don't have to just put it perfectly aligned against from each other like that. You just have to put them around so people can see during nighttime. You want them up here too. And another thing we want after this is garbage cans. Oops. Why the problem is if we don't have garbage cans, they're gonna litter all over our park or guest well. And then you need hands to also pick it up. So that does that, I believe. So then, let's put some more on here. Cause see, you can see right here, there's a bunch of litter on the ground. Even though I put recycling bins and garbage cans in there, there's still food on the ground. So you want to put trash cans there, trash cans all up, and you want to put recycling bins also. You just have to make sure you don't put them in front of a door, or the people can't get in to fix it. To help the animals. Okay, let's see, let's do the recycling now. Because we have a lot of trash bins. And then after that, we want to do one more thing. The part about managing in your park is all this right here. You have to hire maintenance workers. You'll hire 4 of them. They fix the fences. They clean up the mess. They clean up the trash cans. And also, they also do other things around the park. Then, now if we go over here, see, not there. That's the photo album. If you take a photo, you can put your photos in the photo album if you want, or just call them the game options. We have the display zoo fame, which this will show all the stuff you need to do, zoo fame, and other things. It'll show your expenses, income, it'll show how much you're making, or how much you're losing. Zoo graph, displaying the monthly profits. It has other stuff, monthly attendance, monthly donations, and zoo fame. Then we got the awards, 4th anniversary and all this. Then we got the sell of food stand, all those showing what all is making money, all is what not. We got the donation boxes showing what they make. For the lion, the polar bear, and the American bison. We don't have these kind of stations in here, so I'll show that later on. The tour stations. And the show stations, which is the marine shows. I'll show that later on too in another zoo, just like I will show in another zoo the tour. And then it shows here like we had before the zoo fame. This is our zoo information, showing how many guests in the zoo and all that, how many admissions, all that. You can raise the price. Unlike other games, you cannot change the price itself. You have to just choose one of these. And then we have this quick zoo status. We have the ones we've named. Shows all of them. We can click on them and go to them. And then we have the attendance, and it shows their favorite animal, what they like. The people that are actually, or the guests, I mean. Whoops, not attendance, guests. What they actually like and stuff. Then we have the staff. Shows here he's waiting for a job. So just like these guys, you have to do the same thing. You have to give them a job, but they're just sitting there doing nothing. We don't have any vehicle information because we don't have a tour. We have this, the coffee drink stand that shows all the lawsuits like I showed before. And we have the donation boxes showing all the donations are in there. So another thing is, sometimes you can't just let your attendants do it all. Sometimes you have to get in there and replenish this also. You can't just let the staff do everything. So, for instance, you have to groom them sometimes, you have to do other stuff, because sometimes the people will not get near them, your staff members. And sometimes if it's not all done on properly, you must realize you need more staff members. But this is just an example of what you need to do. Another example is sometimes these people, the zookeepers, will come in there and just box up the animals when they're not doing anything. Just because they're getting all wily and all that, they just box them up. Well, that's what I always had problems with. Wondering why they did that. Well, they're not being taken care of, for one thing. Your zookeepers are not doing anything. Like I showed you the other day, you have to make the zookeeper do a certain exhibits. And if the zookeeper is not doing a certain exhibits, it will not actually be a good. Meaning there'll just be one that had like a chicken with a head cut off. So you have to actually act in their stead sometimes. You have to act like 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 your boss. You are the boss of the zoo. You need to take control sometimes. Sometimes they won't do anything. Sometimes they don't take care of them. And usually that means there's not enough attendance. There's not enough staff. So you want to be like a place like say if you're, for instance, those another zoo. Say I don't have that much staff. Well, you don't want to just leave it unattended. You don't want to just have everything and that has to go wrong at once. Because this game, just like all the other stuff, all the other zoos and some other zoo Tycoons, you got dinosaurs on here if you get one of the expansion packs. So you can actually put dinosaurs on here, and you have to have them watch them. Sometimes they won't watch them and they break out. So you have to watch them entirely. And by here we only have 3 zookeepers. So what we need to do is we need to put 3 down. We need to assign her to here. We need to assign her to here. And we need to assign him to here. So this is what I was going to show in this video. Next time we'll go over 3 other animals, but if you all would do me a favor, I would like to know which animal or dinosaur do you want me to actually put in the zoo? I want to know in the comments if anyone can actually tell me which dinosaur or which animal you want to put me to put in the zoo. I can't put marine life, but I can probably put a dinosaur or another animal. I'll have to rebuild the fences of one of these things though. So next time, let me know. This is Lee Westfall. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't yet, go see my first video on how to build a polar bear, bison, and lion exhibit, and I'll see you next time.